happenings in the polity.
I am an employer of the president. I pay the president's salary. I pay the bills of the family, and he must protect me.
All the resources available in this country has to come together at this time to see how best we can move forward. The interest of Nigeria is paramount.
Standpoint.
Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics.
Standpoint, Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. on Rapid 96.5 FM.
No Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian.
That's right. Good morning, wonderful listeners out there. It's our pleasure to have you this morning. It's Friday, but these days we don't get excited about Fridays.
Sam does.
Okay, beautiful. Okay.
Sam does.
We don't get excited about Fridays. Maybe, well, thank God Sam does. You and I, we don't.
Of course.
Maybe because we check our resources. Is the pocket empty or is it filled? But all the same, we thank God for the gift of life, and it's another day for our wonderful listeners to sit down. Please, as always, don't leave your ready sets. Stay there. We always have sizzling topics to talk about. Incredible Sam.
Yeah. Good morning to you. And I don't know. I said this to actually help those that enjoy their weekend. Remember our president at some point say, enjoy your weekend. So that's why, I say thank God it's Friday, because my own weekend, I work Saturdays and Sundays, so there's nothing to enjoy anyway. But it's a beautiful one. Yeah. Those that love Friday, let me join them in loving Friday. And it is just, what it is. All right. And good morning to you if you're listening to us. We appreciate you. What we do here is coming to stand on our positive points.
Yes.
Yeah. Former president said he's for nobody and for everybody. That's obviously what we do here.
Absolutely.
We talk for development. Yeah. And we applaud anything that deserves an applaud. Then we also condemn those ones that should be condemned. Samir Chinagrom, the BC Incorruptible Sam is my name.
Thank you very much, our wonderful brothers. So, like he said, we stand to say what we need to say and the way it should be said. We don't take sides. And this morning is our pleasure to welcome to this wonderful studio our brother Chijoke.
Good morning.
The runaway soldier. He has come back. He will fight and run.
Brother, I did not run away. I went to feel the pulse even more.
Absolutely.
I went into the markets. I've been in the system. I've been in the formal and informal.
Beautiful.
So when I come, I give a more robust perspective on the happenings and the positive impacts and negative as well in the polity. So I'm here. I'm back here to shout as usual.
Interesting. So as if he knows I will shout.
I've been a part of it. I've been a part of the system.
We keep shouting, and then, incidentally, people are hearing our shouting.
He was going through the drilling process before he
took off. Okay, so we thank God once again. People say you're not the boss. You are always the boss. So over to you, our boss. Today is the end of my forerunning job. Maybe I'll continue again from Monday.
Continue. Good morning. Good morning. Incorruptible Sam Chijoke.
Yeah.
It's good to have you guys join us this morning on Standpoint. Of course, it is the very last edition this week. Remember, Friday we make it an open parliament where you have the entire floor. So the lines will be open shortly. But when I turned around, there are things I took into consideration that in any society, culture demands a positive commitment to civic duty on the part of the individual citizen. And then keenly I've been watching within our society if this has been dropping or we are actually promoting and pushing it in our society, where we have civic responsibilities, are individuals, citizens carrying out their responsibilities accordingly. If not, do we want to blame it on something? That will form our conversation today on Standpoint, as we'll be looking at the place of civic responsibilities in our society. But before we get down, gentlemen, Akwa Ibom State Governor Umoino has approved the release of 4.7 billion naira to pay gratuities to retirees, bonuses, and wardrobe allowance for civil servants in the state. Of course, Mr. Udo, who is the spokesperson for Governor Umoino, said the approval was a bold move by the governor towards fulfilling his campaign promises to the Akwa Ibom people. Gentlemen, Sam, we are talking about over 4-point-something billion naira to clear gratuities, bonuses, and also wardrobe allowance to civil servants in that state, Akwa Ibom State.
Yeah. Well, ordinarily, we shouldn't be dancing. But because of Nigeria's situation, let's give him kudos that he has actually done this. But this is primarily what you expect from your governors. They don't need to campaign with it for us to believe that they are going to do it, or for us to see them doing it. Normally, it's what they should be doing. But I think I love it that Nigerians are beginning to wake up. Nigerians are beginning to, be positive, not minding who is there as the governor, whether that's their party or not. Yeah, that's what I am gradually noticing. Look at what is happening in Rivers State. The fight between Fubara and Wike, and we know that Rivers people also have decided to say, see, no one owns this state. We own the state. It's happening there. Here in Abia State has actually been very quiet. Abians, I am one of them. We have been very quiet for years. We have been chesting. Let me use this street slangs now. We have been chesting everything that they threw at us. We chest it. But now, just tune into radio stations. Even aside, Rapid, you will hear people coming out, voicing out, saying the things that they want to be done. In as much as we still have people that want to have that soft spot for their party, the partisan ones. But majority now have forgotten the party, Labour, APC, PDP. What they are talking about is what government should do as far as you're, on the seat. And that is one thing we need to do. We need to start doing that, no matter who is on seat. So, I must give kudos to the governor. He said he made a point saying that that is to fulfill his campaign, promises is a big one. And if you do these things, you will be reducing loads. You'll be, in fact, helping so many people. The talk will reduce. I have been saying it here. When will you come on air and just sing "Glory be to God in the highest, amen" with close standpoint? Because there is nothing to talk about. Will you get to that point where we'll come here, dance and wave our hands to Jesus and go home? I don't know if it will happen, but let it get to that point where we'll have nothing much to say as far as educating governors, the president. Because what we come here every day to do is to educate them on how to lead. Kudos to the government. That's a plus on him. Like I said, primarily, we shouldn't be dancing. But since they have made it this way, that if they give us light, we dance. They build road, we dance. They pay us the money due to us, we still dance. Let's keep dancing now.
Right, but Aiga, aside, fine, it is the responsibility of the government to ensure that you put up these incentives in place so that the workers would, at the end of the day, say, okay, we are actually being given a good treat in a particular society. Talking about fulfillment of campaign promises, we've seen situations, circumstances that our leaders during campaign period, they make a lot of promises.
Oh God.
In the course of carrying out the administration, eventually if they won that election, they don't fulfill those things. This act is still sending another message, let's say to other sister states. If you had given promises on that line of campaign, but you got to win the election, at the end of the day, you didn't do those things that you are saying. I believe is another lesson that most governors of Nigeria also could take from Akwa Ibom State governor and implement in their different states.
Yeah, you're very correct in that regard. The challenge some of these leaders have is that, during the campaign promises, you reel out a lot of programs, not knowing the realities on ground. So when they assume power, they now see the realities on ground. So it begins to dawn on them. And then they try to reconcile it with what they have promised. And then they begin to have issues. But beyond that, as we were saying shortly before we walked in here, talking about Eno, the governor of Akwa Ibom, some of these governors are beginning to realize that, look, the financial realities or the difficulties in the land is such that they should begin to look at giving staffs what is due to them. Because there's so much hunger in the land. So let's see how we can improve on the stomach infrastructure. Do you understand? Because he didn't just release that money for gratuities, even also for allowances. You understand? So meaning that even those that are still working will have access to, after paying gratuities, workers,
yes, allowances,
even wardrobe allowance will be paid. All these things are geared towards how do we ameliorate
the current situation
in the country. The same thing the governor of Ebonyi State did, Wifuru. He also tried to address the issue of gratuity. So, like you rightly said, let our sister governors also take a cue from this and see how they can also expedite action on making sure that what is due to the workers are given to them. These days, when they give you your right, it's as if a favor is being extended to you. A worker deserves his wages. A worker deserves his wages. But when they give you your right, it's as if, look, I'm just doing this as courtesy. It's like I'm a philanthropist. But meanwhile, you're not a philanthropist. You're simply doing what you should do because that's the person's right. You don't even need to, even if you campaign about them, all the same, it's still the person's right to be given to him. So, well, that's what maladministration has brought to us. We'll have to live with it, and then we'll keep talking and hoping that we'll begin to experience constant paradigm shift in the way and manner governance is being done down here. So we thank God for that, and we are, like we said, let us believe that our sister governors who are yet to do same will also do the same, and then address similar situations as it concerns gratuity. This controversy shouldn't be there, as a matter of fact. We shouldn't be talking about, maybe like here in Abia we'll have a little issue. Thank God there's an understanding right now, and then they're trying to resolve it. In the first place, you don't ask somebody to sign away his blood. You're talking about somebody who spent 35 years working, and then you're asking me to sign away my blood. 35 years. And how much is it? How much is it? Look, go and look at the records. If you work as a civil servant, maybe up to the level of a director, you don't go home with more than 5 million as gratuity. Maybe those who go home with a little more are those in the medical field and the permanent secretaries. It's not the same thing with somebody in the private sector. As a banker, if you're leaving, you maybe 20, not less than 15 million. Do you understand? As payoff. And then this is a civil servant that has worked out his life for 35 years, and then he's going home with maybe 5 million. I tell him to write it off. But that's like the whole of your blood being drained and then go home and die. That's just what it means. So we should be able to look at things from objective point of view and address them once and for all, so that these controversies will end. When people call and talk, now you laugh because they are talking out of ignorance. When you don't have the nitty-gritty of a matter, you can talk anyhow.
Somebody said last time, Sam, that the governor is even doing them a favor.
That's ignorant.
That the governor is even doing them a favor to have done that.
Very wrong.
It's wrong to say.
Very wrong to say.
It's wrong.
And it's quite unfortunate.
And that's what I'm saying. Just like here, the private sector that we are in. Just imagine this month. Today is 28th. And if I get my alert today, you say that Rapid is doing me a favor. How? I've been coming here every day now. It's not a favor at all. You're paying me for the job I did. That's why when I hear Mado, I don't know, I say that federal government, they are even doing labor a favor. Is it because labor, they have actually made it look this way? Whatever labor demands now, you pay attention to them. The federal government are not doing them a favor by paying them, for 62, if at all, they start paying. There's nothing like favor at all. You see a worker deserve its wages. And even Bible can't say otherwise.
Chijoke, your thought on this, and I hope that we'll get to the point where we'll not be calling for protest, clamoring before our leaders would take the path of doing what they ought to do.
The thing is, there has been a total disconnect between the leadership and the led. Excuse me. Sam wasn't far from the truth when he said that it's not something to be jubilative about. It's the duty and responsibility of an employer to pay his employee. Whatever the governor did is what he should do. They have worked for it. You can't deny a man of his wage. But the thing is, the society, Nigerians was so impoverished right now. The government has so weaponized poverty. Not this government, probably previous government. So weaponized poverty right now. So they've withheld not just these compensations and remunerations. A lot of things have been withheld from the average Nigerian. So whenever most of these benefits come, we see it as a Christmas gift, like Santa Claus came and give. But these are our rights. By the time we get to the point that our mindset tells us that you receive your pension and you're thanking everybody, or you receive your salary and you're thanking God and say, "Oh, I received my salary," then there is an error. There's a big error in the mindset of the average Nigerian and in the society, in the working community in general. Saying that other governors should take a cue, yes, it should be something that we shouldn't get to this level again where the governors have to pay bulk. You know, other governors should try and build a system whereby when a worker ends his day,
Yes.
you pay him.
As a
You know,
living- as a living is
as a
living with
living,
you.
yes. And you know, when it's time for them to pay, you create a channel. You know, whereby at the end of the month, the money is credited to the account, and when it's time for you to go, you know, back to the one of maybe saying our governor wanted to wipe off gratuity or pension. Maybe he was trying to juggle and find the way to clear backlog, and you know, but well, it's one thing for you. So, people still never criticize what you don't understand. I know there are still governors who are still owing civil servants, and kudos to Dr. Emmanuel for doing that. He's helped in alleviating the biting fangs, the hard fangs of poverty in Nigeria right now, brother. A basket of tomatoes is 10,000 naira. So imagine that will go a long way.
Did you say a basket 10,000 naira?
Yes, the basket of tomatoes is 10,000.
It's more than that.
No. Let me understand. Then you tell me the market so,
So
that I will go.
Okay. You don't go. Okay. So
when you say a basket, I believe it's the.
it's not the full big. This little dustbin bin
Okay, yeah.
does this little office bin baskets you have
Okay,
of
okay,
tomatoes is 10,000 naira, not the whole
For
bag.
clarity
of,
purposes, because
okay,
there are persons who will call it to seek for
yeah.
direction.
So things are so expensive now. The inflation is biting. People are crying, you know. So him doing that, I pray other governors take a cue from what he's done and maintain a system whereby workers are paid on and as at when due. You know, so it's not something to be excited about.
At all.
It's not something for most people who have seen, who know what governance should be. We ought to have passed this level a long time ago. Nigeria is not a kid. The government of Akwa Ibom is not a child that's as old as the government of Akwa Ibom has probably started doing good and bad things right now, understands good and evil. You know, but I believe that him having started this way, he will leave a progressive system on ground that will continue the giant stride that he's done.
Certainly, we've seen these in other states. Of course, in Bonny State, that's of Rivers State, Lagos State, what about Edo State, and every other state also. But what we are trying to say in essence that we can do more. It shouldn't be until when people started shouting that you should do this. That's when it occurs to you as a leader that you ought to take a particular step in that direction.
Issue of palliative shouldn't even come out. The word palliative, if not for the economic this thing, if you had a system on ground, of course, naturally, if everything were to be working, ceteris paribus, the word palliative, you know, but just that there is a resounding economic crunch around the world right now, and because ours have been left, there has been maladministrations and mismanagement of resources. That's why we're feeling the impact right now. If previous administrations of not just that state, and because it's a spider web of different states, the economies are interwoven. You know, had done probably sort of, or they had probably like something to check the activities of others. We won't get to these states.
All right, talking about palliative, gentlemen, the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has announced a national construction and household support program, which will see 100,000 families in each state getting 50,000 naira grant for 3 months, 155 billion naira to be disbursed for assorted foods, 550 billion naira for household grants, even as 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory will get 10 billion naira allocations each for CNG buses. CNG buses again. Now, the 50,000 naira planned for 3.7 million families across the 36 states and the FCT, the 10 billion naira allocation each for CNG buses in the 36 states and the FCT, as well as the 155 billion naira spending on assorted foods, are estimated to cost over 1 trillion naira. This is a decision that the presidency has come up with, Sam. And then it baffles me, 50,000 naira grant. Let me have your reaction to this one. Is this to assuage the current hardship that Nigerians are going through? And also, where did you get the statistics from to know that, okay, this particular set of persons are poor? And how do you, as a matter of fact, distribute these, let's say, the commodities you're talking about, the money? How do you share it? We've had these programs several times in this country, and at the end of the day, nobody knows. Even the impoverished ones, the people who are very poor, they don't see this money. I wonder this particular one, how it would result, Sam.
How it will result is that it will just go like the school feeding.
Let's not forget, it came up with something, this similar measure, either last year.
school feeding program under Buhari. That's how it's going to, end. Because I saw some people, some pupils actually, and they will tell you that what they call food, in their school is something that even them at home they can't cook, they can't prepare to eat, and that was it. That was how we were told that a lot actually got spent in that school feeding. If you can check money that got wasted, now 1 trillion naira.
Over 1 trillion naira.
Over 1 trillion naira. That's what we are going to spend now on this analysis that you just gave here, the Moses. And you think Nigerians, if they should just decide to, go to the street now, you think they are doing the wrong thing. We are still talking about our refineries not working. Don't go to the refinery. We heard that it caught fire. I don't know whether it's true or not. The picture we watched the video we watched the other day.
It was just a part, but it didn't affect the production of that refinery.
That part now might end us. They said it will start functioning July. July is just tomorrow. Next tomorrow now we enter July. That means maybe September, October because of the fire. Why can't we look at the things that will help us very, very well? If fear goes down, if the price of fear goes down, the price of gas, the last time I got 1 do energy gas, don't know why they are still keeping it that way. If these things go down and people now start earning money, just imagine me going to the market with 20,000 naira and I come back with a lot. I think our problem will be solved. The 50,000 naira they have said they will share, to which, how are these people, just like you asked rightly, do they even know the poorest of the poor? The ones that this money will get to? The answer is no. We know how they share all these things. Governors will get the slots to share. The big politicians will get. They are the ones that will share this thing. Not that it's going to come from the federal government direct. They will, I think we here on Standpoint we know one guy called one of our guests actually. He said that during palliative, that he was called to come and receive palliative to share to his people. He said, no, give it to these people. I am not the one that should share.
That
These
should be,
ones,
Barrister Ben Udeji.
you understand? Now, he said, no, he doesn't want that. Now, had it been he accept, the majority will accept and pack it in their houses. We know what politicians do. This rice that we are crying that one bag is 80, go to some of their houses, politicians, senators, and House of Rep members, go there and see rice that are spoiled. I know one politician, that have gone to his house. Some of those rice, they are no longer good. They are packed there. Sewing machines, the ones that our ladies can't even afford now, those ones that have finished learning how to sew. Go there. Yes, packed there. Some of them, if you bring them out now, they are no longer good. And you are coming up with another palliative. We know how far did the palliative go? When I was in Bend, the local government, Isiobu, they said 5 bags of rice was actually given to a full community to share. Then the people that brought the rice said that federal government told them to take 1 bag. Now they removed 1 bag. The community protested that they will not touch the 4 bags remaining until those people bring their bag. That was how that rice, stayed dead. They didn't share again. Is it not the same way that the president will, follow in sharing this one, 50,000? How many people will get it? Will the money come to their account directly? What will that 50,000 even do? The same palliative we talked about. Had it been we have done the right thing, we will not be talking about palliatives. When the people we are copying, the people our politicians, the countries that our politicians go to reside, our current president, he prefers France. The Atiku prefers Dubai. We know these things, we just don't want to talk about them. Where they prefer their rest places, go there and see. Before it gets to the point of palliatives, the thing must have actually gone so bad. Here we have politicians that will make things so difficult, then come up with palliatives, a way of wasting money. 1 trillion naira is huge. This is not the best thing. Whether it gets to me or not, in fact, I don't want it to get to me. Let this 1 trillion naira be invested the right way. This is another way of wasting our resources. It's so shameful.
All right, I can remember, was that in January? The government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu suspended programs under the National Social Investment Program Agency as a result of certain malfeasance and corrupt or sharp practices in that agency. It's like he has lifted the ban on them. If I am very, very sure of that. The issue of CNG bus, the president talked about it last year. Even during that time, he gave palliative to state governors. Certain governors received 2 billion naira, 3 billion naira, and then also rice, grains, and all of those things. I know that thing almost caused problem in Abia State because sharing of the grains and rice, people say that it went through political blocks, which was not supposed to be so. And again, they've come up with this thing. Is this the best way? Is it not wasting? Well, let me have your thoughts on this.
Well, you and I know that is not the best way. Let us accept here, gentlemen, that Tinubu has always indulged in policy somersaults. He's always somersaulting when it comes to policies. It's as if he doesn't have a direction.
The last one that they did, talking about the palliative they gave, even about the 50,000 naira that they sent to people. There are persons, I've been putting my ears on ground to know how many persons around me would get that money.
How do you reconcile this ratio of when you come to Abia State, you just give to 100,000 families, 50,000? You understand? Then go to maybe a neighboring state like Akwa Ibom, you give 50,000 to 100,000 families. In Abia, I'm sure we are well over 2.5 million people. You understand? So how do you reconcile it? The ratio, I mean, this is pure policy somersault. I don't know why this should be the only measure, because at the end of the day, this whole stuff will end up in private pockets. Take it or leave it. It will end up in private pockets, and then they'll come and blow politics. Of course, it will be given to political gladiators to handle. Share. Then they'll have to first of all share for themselves. You understand? So the program for me is dead on arrival. It's not proper. That's not what we need right now in Nigeria. 1 trillion naira is a whole lot that could be channeled into other ventures, like Sam said. You understand? There are other sectors that you can revamp. What happens to trying to see how we can jumpstart our agriculture that is in comatose? Is it to go to Bill Gates and adopt his GMO, genetically modified maize, that will come and kill us tomorrow? This is not what we need. You know, I feel that Tinubu should have known better. And the people advising him should have also known better. Palliative is a short-term measure. What is wrong with giving us a long-term measure? And in the process of doing that, you put up structures that will make life a lot easier for people. Can't he, you know, when I remember during Jonathan, he had what you call this strategic grains reserve. A country that plans well should have such stops, so that when you come to situations like this, you open those reserves and start selling. You understand? You start selling those products at controlled prices. And before you know it, everybody is okay. It will help to ameliorate the hardship in the land. So this policy is dead on arrival for me. 1 trillion naira is a whole lot that should have been channeled into other sectors, and then see how we can revamp the economy.
Even in all these, I still believe that the situation we are going through at the moment demands such a measure. I know I'm not a fan of this particular policy, but given the condition at the moment,
why can't we work even on you have this consumer protection whatever. These are even areas that you can go into and see how you can talk to them to reduce prices. You can also look into other measures that will help you crash the price of products in the market. Not by going through this, because at the end of the day, it will end in very few hands. That's what we're talking about. It will not be properly controlled. That's our take in this regard. You know.
All right, Chijoke.
Well, I believe you can never medicate poverty or hardship by largesse. You can never change the situation of a poor man or somebody trying to feed by just throwing money at the person. Take and eat. And that's
how long?
For how long would that be? He eats the rice right now, and nothing is. Then there's no skill. There is no knowledge on how to fish. You know. Saying the government wants to give a certain amount of money or 1 trillion down to the government for CNG buses. Probably they have plans, maybe to crash transportation and see how that works, and maybe and then they send this money directly into households. Like we've been saying, what are the criteria? What are the indices of knowing the families that are received? I have never received anything palliative all my life. I don't know how it even works. People say, I've never heard anybody come to say, bros, I just did. I see 100,000 from my account. I hear that. I just hear that thing. People say, but when you say these things, most of us just laugh. We know that there are better policies and there are better ways you put in structures, and give it some time. It will replicate and the economy will boom. The issue of the CNG buses, whoa, beautiful. It's something instead of fuel and gas. Bring it in. Let's see how we can monitor this innovation and how it will directly impact on our society.
Let's not forget, gentlemen, that this current administration has taken a lot of reform strides in ensuring that it put things in place, trying to find its feet when it comes to the economy.
Which of them has worked, Ben?
Yes, they are. But the issue of replicating, largesse, of replicating palliatives is something that up till this moment we ought to have found a way around.
And also, Sam, how effective the initial tranche of this palliative last year the federal government gave states, how effective has it been so far? All the lives of Nigerians. We can use where we are as an example.
As a case study.
Yes.
You understand? you know the answer already. Nothing is happening. Like, I don't want to receive this. Maybe because I can actually eat twice at least a day. But Ben, there are people that they have not eaten since yesterday. And this palliative, they don't know anything about it. They have not eaten since yesterday. What they will eat today, they don't know. At least I have 2 fufu left in my house. After now, I'll go and warm it and eat. That's how I do my own radio. I say it the way it is.
Keep one for me.
There are people that don't even know what they will eat throughout today. But this thing will not get to them. Even the rice with the palliative we are talking about. Yes, maybe the current government on Alex Uti, maybe he shared those palliatives. That's the one I told you about. That happened in Isukuato. I was in Bende then. But how are you going to give 5 bags of rice to a full community? And there is another painful thing I heard.
One grain for each community.
That they were asked to come. Why coming? Now the thing is, the federal government sent their own. I don't know. Maybe getting here, it became smaller. Now for the state to also send to these communities, it got there. It became smaller again. Now we heard that a town crier went around telling people, why come with 200 naira.
Before you access the palliative.
Yes. Isukuato.
Is this, are you serious with this?
Samuel Ndubisi is his name. He called repeatedly.
They did it
while I was in.
Said,
why come with 200 naira? That was what federal government said. I said no.
Incredible.
I was with 91.3 Son FM Iberi then. I was like, no. Federal government did not tell you to come with money. That was what the maybe villagers or I don't know who told these women. And they came with 200 naira to collect the rice. Getting there, they were told that the people that brought the rice, that the federal government told them if they drop the 5 bag, then they should go with 1 bag. Then so the thing did not solve anything.
Gentlemen, let's observe a short break at this point. When we return, we'll continue with this conversation and also open the phone lines. This program is live on Facebook at Rapid Omar here and also YouTube at Rapid 96.5 FM. Please stay with us.
Arrive alive. Respect traffic rules. Do not drink and drive. Do not drive and drink. Every life on the road is precious. Drive safely. Be attentive and ensure your journey doesn't become a tragedy.
Stop wa on our roads. Nwanne m onye abịa. Mata na ndụ gị dị ndị abịa mkpa. Kwụsị wa n'okporo ụzọ anyị. Drive safely.
This message is powered by Abia State Orientation Agency.
Ozia, Sinaka Abia State Orientation Agency. Na-abịara unu.
Beauty is power. A smile is its sword. Beauty lies in the eye of the beholder. Beauty is all around us. So, if you want to look good always, visit Masters and Wands Cosmetics stores. It's new, it's exclusive, and a happening store in beauty products. We deal on perfumes and cosmetics such as body lotions, facial creams and scrubs, body sprays, powders, bath wash, and all kinds of quality cosmetics with affordable prices. Contact us at number 41 Fimbers Road, Umuahia, or number 28 School Road, Umuahia, all in Abia State. Call us on 0806 951 2773 or email us at wandsgleam@gmail.com. Masters and Wands Cosmetics Stores. Quality is our name. Signed, Management.
Words are powerful tools, but actions send a message louder and clearer. If your actions don't match your words and promises, people will begin to lose trust in you. Join an hour with Comrade Chimobi Obundiogo every last Friday of the month on Rapid 96.5 FM by 10 a.m. as he discusses issues that concern Abia State and Nigeria for development. Also, it features human empowerment segments and giveaways. An hour with Comrade Chimobi Obundiogo. Well done is better than well said.
It's time to crank it up. We are turning it up on Rapid FM 96.5, the sound of your city.
Let's talk politics, dynamics, and permutations.
It's a concern that we have for our country, Nigeria. So this is beyond partisan politics. Nigeria is on drip. Nigeria is on oxygen. And how can we get out of this? And these are kind of people who say they are leaders of this country. What example I may show you are leaders of the country?
Let's keep you abreast with happenings in the polity.
I am an employee of the president. I pay the president's salary. I pay the bills of the family. And he must protect me.
All the resources available in this country has to come together at this time to see how best we can move forward. The interest of Nigeria is part of it.
Standpoint.
Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics.
Standpoint, Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. on Rapid 96.5 FM.
More Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian. That's right.
Yeah, welcome back to Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics. This morning on Rapid 96.5 FM, with sharing of money help the economy and also Nigerians. As a matter of fact, 09160,965 or 09160-333-965. Do not forget, you can as well put down your comment on our Facebook page at Rapid Umahia and also YouTube at Rapid 96.5 FM. Let us have your thoughts. And then also your own contribution on this development. How far would it take us as a society? Remember what happened last year. Could you or would one be able to come up to say that we can feel the impact of that measure? Again, the federal government is coming up with another one. A very good morning to you and thank you for joining Standpoint. Good morning and welcome.
Mr. Ike and Mr. Chidoke I was around. Okay, let me just appreciate the fact that you guys came up with this issue that bothered Nigerians. Donkey Cigar for calling from the Nikuano.
All right, Donkey Cigar.
I must have to say that this morning, fascinating to say, issue of Nigeria, anytime we are discussing the issue of Nigeria, especially with regard to do with life, touching the life of the people, the average Nigerian, it pains me a lot. Because I now ask, does it mean that we are not fully independent? Does it mean that we are not sovereignty of this our own, our core Nigeria? That we cannot make our own decision, take our own decision in a full easy. At the end of the day, the government of the day, we as electorate, or we as average Nigeria can be derived the dividends of democracy. But nevertheless, I don't know how it will extend to them, to tell them that it's not on their discretion. Maybe to make a decision to give minimum wage to workers. I'm talking about the workers because they are seeing it as if they are now their right, their priority. Whenever they like or whatever they decide to, they come up with. They cannot decide to say, but they should have they forgotten that them their own title, their own entitlement. They always receive it. Nobody even query. Nobody even question them. Nobody even ask them, can't you reduce it? But you can see every day, meeting by meeting, meeting by meeting. Yesterday was a Shetima, arrival of Tinubu later hour. Then the other day, governors. So what are we trying to say? Every day, meeting by meeting. But only just 76 days or 5 days are about. They now used to endorse national anthem.
All right, make up your point, don't kiss the guy. Your time is up.
But I'm concerned again on this palliative. This palliative is supposed to be a lasting measure, just like Mr. Ike is saying. It's not something like going to be a temporary something. Let it be a long-term measure. Anything I'm going to do, I'm going to not go to last. Please don't do it. By the way, now you, Mosi cannot receive it. I personally will not receive it. Who can receive it now? It's not me last. You know that Fulani.
All right, your time is up, sir. All right, sir.
Very unfortunate.
All right.
It's not go to help us. Let them return the energy to another place. To
All right. Thank you.
Our
Thank you so much. 09160,965 or 09160-333-965. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, guys in the studio.
You're welcome, sir.
I wouldn't want you to say that my time is up. So good morning to all of you. Let me go straight to the point.
All
See,
right.
the issue of this palliative shouldn't be a problem if the government knows what they are doing. Yes, they can give the palliative and at the same time help the farmers because everybody needs to go back to the farm. We can no longer accept what the state government and the federal government is giving us this time around. Honestly, them themselves, you can imagine the government of Tinubu gave 2 billion to Abia State to give to workers. Still now, no Abia worker will tell you. I pray that they will call. They will tell you that they've received a dime for that wage award. Now he's trying to give another one. To be honest with you, I am not okay with it anymore because it will go to the hands of you. If you ask any government functionary, they will tell you that Abia State government is working on this, is working on that. We are not against him building roads and all the rest of them. How will you build roads and people that you build that road for are dead? What is your benefit? Can't this government of Abia State learn from Enugu State, Ebonyi State, and Cross River State? Come on. Everything is not politics. You know, when we talk, they will say opposition have come, they have done this. No. Governor Oti, please, learn from your sister states. Know how they have been doing to cushion the effect of this economic meltdown that has ravaged the people of Abia State. If I talk now, they will say that I've come again. Thank you and God bless you.
All right, thank you so much for calling. We appreciate 09160 333 965. Good morning and welcome to Standpoint.
Morning, my people in the house.
Welcome, sir.
I'm Okafor Chinedum. I'm calling from Omai.
All right.
I think the major responsibility lies on the leadership because it is the leadership that will give direction on the way and the direction the led will go. So for Nigeria, we are used to abnormalities, and that is why when they bring NEPA or light, we shout NEPA because we are not used to it. When they pay salary, even though it is our right, we congratulate them. Anything that's supposed to be the right of the common person or common people, I think it is what we celebrate. So what I want to say this day is that the leaders should be very proactive, never to take the masses for granted. Let them do the needful. Today, the Senate is considering approving presidential jet for the president. And the minimum wage, we are not talking about living wage. The minimum wage for the survival of a common civil servant is yet to be determined. For how many years with all the committees that have been formed to negotiate on this small minimum wage? So it is a food for thought for the people. So that when we begin to talk about who to elect, we know the person who elect the rest of the market. Finally, on the issue of, agriculture, the people, we need to put our hands together. Food inflation, food insecurity is the problem we have. Let us see the way we can help the people.
All right.
Thank you, my brother.
We appreciate your contribution. 09160,965 or 09160 333 965. Thank you for joining Standpoint. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
You're welcome to the program.
Good morning, Mr. Brown. I'm listening to Mr. Stein, Mr. PJK, and Mr. Ike. Good morning to you all.
Good morning. Good morning.
Talking about Chichi calling from Overtown. Talking about palliative. Does Nigeria really need this palliative at this point?
That's what it's not what we need.
Subsidy has been removed. And this we're talking about hiking electricity, this tariff, and other things. Can't they just look at the factors of production, all these things that lead to the high speed that the Nigerians are going through? Fine, since the refineries are not yet working, please, can subsidy be reversed? Can they reverse it? Now, if they should share the 52,000 naira, is everybody that will gain?
I'll get it.
Is everybody that will benefit from this? Not everybody. So they should do things in a way that everyone will benefit from it. Nigeria is not just for a set of people, rather it's for all. For me, we don't need the palliative. All we need is for everyone to enjoy Nigeria.
All right. Thank you, Chichi. We appreciate your contribution. 09160 333 965. Good morning and welcome to Standpoint.
Good morning, Moses Ben.
You're welcome, sir.
Good morning, Corruptible Sam and Mr. Ike.
We greet you. Monday.
Who say man know this the name I'm calling from Umaya. Happy weekend to you guys.
Oh, thank you.
Here.
Enjoy your weekend.
Maybe we'll come over. We'll come over. Just give us the location.
It's well, our brother, let me talk on the issue of this country. To me, when I said that our 1999 constitution has been amended is a as in rock of corruption in this country, I don't mean so as in saying it. Because 1999 constitution that we are using today has been favoring politicians, solely politicians.
Yes.
So that's why many of them will come and promise us heaven and earth. When they go in there, you see them acting worse than the people that they condemn. So it is very, very easy for us to just change the narrative, the way we see things in this country today. Channel governance to the people. Make politics less money attractive and see how many of them, the trillionaires and billion-dollar people that are telling us that they are to do that, to better the lives of the Nigerians. How many of them that will venture into politics? So all these things that we are saying it's just going round and going round and going round. As long as 1999 constitution is concerned, the constitution that will make a governor will taking up over 1 billion naira as security vote in states currently. While a worker is finding it very difficult to get 30,000 naira per month, a professor is getting 500,000 naira per month. Why a federal house member gets up to 29-30 billion naira per month? So can you compare that? Can you comprehend the two of the way they are treating people? It's very, very unfortunate, and that's why it pains me when they gave promises. Look at what in Abia State here. A lot of things has gone wrong in Abia. These are the people that came with change mantra that they condemn every activities of past administration. Now, have they been doing it? Ordinary wage award, you've not added. Ordinary 2 billion that was given to the state for us to buy
all right,
CMK buses.
Now your time is up. Round of your thoughts.
So banning keke, you are banning keke. You can't provide provision to substantiate that. It's very, very unfortunate.
All right.
God will help us. Thank you and God bless you guys.
Thank you. We appreciate your contribution. 091600965. You're welcome to the program. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Welcome, sir. Your name and location,
Everything
please.
is moving well in Abia State.
All right.
Ike from Omaya.
All right, Ike, welcome.
The federal government should go and release the palliative. I think the situation in the country, palliative is not even enough. Let us have something to lay hands on. Let them release the palliative. The last one that was released, I have people in the ministry that testified that they received 25 kg of a bag of rice. So let the opposition go and see. That constitution was there, and the PDP ruled. They were telling us that we are domiciled in the boys' quarters. So let them just wait. Very soon they will head to the basement. We are domiciled them into boys' quarters. Thank you.
All right, Ike. Thank you for your contribution. My brothers in the studio are laughing, but I've decided not to. Good morning and welcome to Standpoint.
Good morning. My name is Lucky.
Lucky, you're welcome.
I'm calling from Umaya.
All right.
My take is people are saying they received those things. What of the poor people that are not civil servant workers? How would they receive their own palliative?
The poor, those ones that need it most.
Because that is just the fact. Because the civil servant can receive their own, the labor are fighting for them. What of people that doesn't work? We want to know their stake.
All right, Lucky.
That's a big question.
Yes, we'll fight to bring down the information to you, okay? A very good morning to you and thank you for joining Standpoint. Good morning. Hello, you're welcome. Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and location, please.
Yes, good morning.
Try and speak up.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. We can hear you.
I'm the able header studio. Good morning.
We greet you. We greet you.
So what we are saying about this palliative of a kid, my name is Mercy from Omaya here.
Mercy, you're welcome.
Talking about the palliative, as for me, I don't even know it. I've not seen it, whether green or white or black.
Okay,
I've not seen it. So what we are saying, sending 300 people in the area of agriculture, sending 300 here, they should just give us 200. 200 will help us. We will train them. They have gone on training here in The only people that know a bit is Yoruba. That we want it to circulate in Abia, especially in Umaya here. If we give government money, if we give individuals money, if we give people money, there is money in mushroom. You will tell it, mushroom, it has a seed. It has a seed to plant the mushroom. So if the government can help us and give us those people, the young widows, the young boys, the young men, just the youth to help, then something that will help us we have, which God has given to us here in Abia State to help the government of Abia State. So that is what I'm saying. That to give them to us, mushroom, it gives so many things. It has seed.
All right, Mercy.
So what I say, they should try and give us the people that we will train.
All right.
Will help us with God's name.
All right, Mercy. Thank you so much for your contribution and your suggestion. We truly appreciate. Gentlemen, I hope or I wish that the current administration could rethink or see a way of extending this measure. We want a lasting stuff, not just an immediate stuff. Then at the end of the day, we still come back to face the similar problem. Incorruptible Sam, Chijoke Chuboaka. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time on Standpoint.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And it's so sad that our politicians have actually seen it, that when they go to the office, they become cartel men. See, if you have checked and in your circle, you don't have anybody that can think or advise you,
change it.
Go outside.
Yeah.
All right.
We must understand also that the office of the citizen is the highest office on the land.
All right. Thank you so much.
Let's
Join
take
us
the man.
after the news light at 10 o'clock.